Welcome back to the Vaping Loud YouTube channel, guys, and today we're going to talk about battery safety. So, in terms of battery safety, I'm going to try and get through as much as possible without spending loads of time boring you guys, because I'm pretty sure you don't want to sit here and watch a 20-minute video on battery safety. But as I say, it's something that needs to be addressed more often, and we like to keep our customers safe and not have them come into the shop with half a missing leg. So we're going to get through this as quick as possible. So your battery will come in something that looks like this, or something very similar. It will come in a plastic case. This is what your battery will look like. As you can see, clean all the way around, no rips, no dents, no dinks, anything like that. So this is what a clean battery should look like. Now, with the battery, for the purpose of today's video, there are two main things that you want to keep in mind. Basically, it either lives in this case or it lives in your mod. Anywhere else is a danger to yourself or a danger to wherever you've left it, whether that be in your pocket, in the cup holder of your car with a load of coins, a load of keys, etc, etc. Essentially what you're trying to avoid is putting this battery into contact with keys, chains, anything like that. For example, the chain on this little mod, if for example that was in your pocket and the top of this chain and the bottom of this chain were to touch either end, it would create a circuit which would in turn short the battery and the battery would go bang. So that's part one. Always remember to keep your battery in its case before putting it in a pocket, or keep it in the mod. Let's get rid of that. You have three main components to a battery. You've got the battery itself, so this is what a bare unwrapped battery would look like. I'm going to run you through all the different parts of that in just a second. You have the battery wrap, so these are our own custom ones. These are our own custom battery wraps. And you have this little white ring, which is one of the most important pieces of your battery, and if you lose this, I highly suggest you throw your battery in the bin. Do not attempt to rewrap it, because without that your battery is very dangerous. So on the battery itself, from this line at the top, just here, all the way down to the bottom, and the bottom itself is the negative terminal of the battery. This ring at the top and this bit here is the positive. So you have three main components to a battery, or to a safe battery. This is what a bare unwrapped battery would look like. No insulator, no wrap, no casing, no nothing. This is just the bare battery. Okay? As you can see, bare metal battery. You have the battery wrap, so these are our own custom wraps, and then you have this little white ring, don't know if you can see that, which is the insulator, which insulates the positive side of the battery from the negative side of the battery. I'm going to show you that now in just a second. So the whole side of this battery here, all the way from the top to the bottom, is the negative side of the battery, including the bottom, so that is your negative terminal there, and just this little piece at the top in the center with these four little prongs that sort of hang off to either side, that is the positive terminal of the battery. So this little white ring goes around the top, and what that does is that insulates the positive from that bit there, which is the negative. So as you can see, if you lose this little white ring, your battery is now completely unsafe. Do yourselves a favor, put it in the bin. In fact, don't put it in the bin. wrap it up in duct tape, electrical tape, put it in a plastic bag, etc, etc, or take it to a battery disposal bin, which is the most recommended way to dispose of a battery, normally in your local supermarket, Tesco, Sainsbury's, etc, etc. Get rid of it that way, or drop it into us and we'll take care of it for you instead. And then this part wraps the battery up, so it keeps the insulator and the rest of the battery from contacting any other metal parts. So for example, inside some of the older vapes or inside of a mechanical mod, it would be pure metal. So obviously you don't want this to contact any metal, because that will create a short, and that is what will cause your battery to go bang. And what we're going to do is we're going to show you how to rewrap that battery in just a second. This is what an unsafe battery looks like. As you can see, there is a rip on the side, which may cause you some problems if that contacts any metal inside your mod. There is also a rip on the bottom. And then most importantly, up here at the top, you can see there is a rip in the casing, in the wrap, which allows this insulator to be exposed, and if something gets underneath there, so for example, I've got a little plastic pry tool here, so don't have a heart attack, this is perfectly safe to do, but do not try this at home. If I lift that up, you can see just there that gives access to that positive and negative terminal. And if something, say for example, if this was a piece of metal, if something was to bridge that connection there between the positive and the negative, that would be very, very, very bad news. So this is what an unsafe battery looks like. We highly recommend that if you do notice any rips in the side of your battery, in the bottom, in the top, any rips at all, any dents, just pop it in store, we'll have a look at it for you, make sure it's all safe. If we can rewrap it and it's still safe, we'll rewrap it for you. If not, then we might suggest that you buy a new battery entirely. Do not try any of these things at home. Do not pry at your battery casings, etc, etc. You may cause damage to yourself or someone else, so just be careful. Best thing to do is just pop it down to us, let us have a look at it, and we'll deal with it for you and advise you on what to do with it. Now, rewrapping a battery can be fairly simple. We will obviously do this for you in store, or if you feel brave enough to do it yourself, then proceed at your own caution. So we have the bare battery itself, we have this insulator, and then simply what you need to do is take your battery wrap. So for example, these are our own custom ones. Just open the top of the battery wrap, or the bottom, whichever side you decide to open. As you can see, clear hole now. Pop the battery in. So now it looks like that. Make sure this little white piece, this white insulator, stays on top, just like so. And then we're going to rewrap it. Now we highly recommend you use a hairdryer. Keep the hairdryer at a far enough distance away that you don't melt it. For the purpose of today's video, we're going to use a lighter because we do not have access to a hairdryer in the shop. And simply what you want to do is you want to heat the battery wrap, so just like so. And as you can see, that forms the battery wrap around the battery. And there we are. And that's what a clean battery looks like. So from unsafe to safe, just by rewrapping it with a battery wrap and a lighter. Once again, thanks for watching today's video. I know this video was a bit mundane. However, I feel like it's a topic that's not that often addressed, and it's something that needs to be talked about a little bit more often so that all you guys keep yourselves safe. But don't forget to like, share and subscribe, and we'll be back again soon with another great video.